Um, Hello everyone. My name is Brenya. I'm a Gary University student. Uh, I would say welcome to this session, a very short session, and I will be taking you through the philosophical and practical critique of AI, but in this point talking about an event, my AI project, which is a virtual event touring platform. And here I'm going to be examining its AI capabilities um, to come to a conclusion whether machines can think or if we could ever have a machine that is capable of thinking. So let me start by introducing the project to you, whereby the name of my project is a virtual event touring platform, or you can see it as a platform that is based online where, okay, not to go far from that, I will be giving you the project overview, whereby in this, the most keywords that are based on, or we have based on as a group to come up, a group of three students, Mapele University three students, to come up with this project. And the most keywords that we base on is helping users experience past events or those new ones who have never attended events to see how an event would look like, or if that by this we are for like by putting on these virtual tours, we are hoping that these people or any other eager person to attend events could have a sneak preview of whatever the event is all about, and which would motivate them in return to kind of feel free to register for an event. And even if they have registered and they have never attended that type of event, at least they know whatever is coming their way. So one of the most of the keywords we've seen is that experiencing the past events, as you have a sneak preview of an event that is yet to occur. These are the you can call them the the core project features, which will include smart event guides, AI-powered search, multilingual support, or even image and video captioning. Hereby make uh, we caption out the videos that are made, or the virtual videos, or as we go through a virtual tour, or someone goes through a virtual tour of an event. Then predictive analytics. This is where it helps us to come up with a predictive view or design of an event that is yet to happen. Remember, this is in the future, but by the power of AI, we want to bring it like we want to help someone have a view of what they are signing up for before they have to attend to it. With help of computer visions, of course, the, which will recreate past experiences. So I hope it's the core features I happen to discuss the project overview as included, but I can pick up the basics. So in this, we talk about on this platform, which is basically an AI-based project that enables users to navigate through event categories of their choices, even register, or even if they're interested, explore past events, how experience you could have attended that event, but for one reason or the other forgot one memory, or you want to recap the experience you felt. So that's where we bring in the past experience recreation, and then navigate virtual spaces in events. Most especially, I have I have been more into tech events, and the features of tech events we include speakers, keynote speakers, sessions, breakthroughs, and then booths where companies are showcasing their talents. So here, that is where the hope comes in of such an a the booth for any user that would like to explore them online. And then this is where I base when I want to go to dive deeper to analyze this project basing on like asking these questions whether computers could ever think, or if they can think right now, basing on my project, like using it as the context. And these philosophical arguments about the computer's ability to think, or where could be could where when or if they could ever think, I analyze them as below, either personally or by the help of legendary debates or philosophical debates of John Searle and Bostrom, to mention but a few. So, firstly, if we can ask, can a computer think? That is on how all different perspectives people term thinking to be. But to me personally, I don't think a computer can think right now. If we are to look at the real meaning of the word thinking, because uh, basing on the articles I've been reading, the room, or could we be living in computer, the Chinese room, I have a feeling that they're not bringing it out very well, because to me thinking is more than just digesting information. It Here I pick up the characteristic of the I go with the idea of Mr. Howard Gardner about the different types of intelligence. Yeah, sorry about that. I was speaking the point. The different types of intelligence, whereby it's not only just having a solution or working out a problem. It calls for multiple facts for us to conclude that it is thinking. So when I look at that, basically this project, when on this session, whether computers can think or they cannot think, I base it on I strongly diverted my argument on weak AI versus strong AI. And for my project here, the virtual Turing platform, I can strongly conclude this is a weak AI, given the fact that we all know weak AI just does the regular activities, the regular tasks it's meant to be. It follows algorithms. It is predictable. All in all, you can predict, because like it's just direct. So, given the fact that this project of mine will be using the data I feed in it, the videos and images I collect from from events, to generate either the future, recreate the future scenarios, or even use a train on it to create future events, or even helps users search for events. But of course, if anyone came and tasked it and asked it for anything outside the context of events, I'm very sure it would not be able to give them an answer, because it is not trained to do something like that. It's rather trained in the rhythm, like the direction of events, which is different for humans. Humans will have multiple information about anything naturally, because their consciousness is different for a machine. So if a machine can gain consciousness to think, then I think I think they could have passed the test of ever, if they are able to think. So regardless of that, they're just, if they could ever pass the question of the consciousness and different activities, like different tasks needed for someone to be considered as a thinker, then they could be super intelligent, which would be a threat to human beings. So all in all, according to my project, computers cannot think. They can't. They have to depend on what I feed in them to bring me the results um, algorithmically. So here is what I'm trying to mean: difference between a computer. Forgive my diagrammatic drawing, but I'm trying to differentiate between these two. This one has to be fed into data to think, to narrowly think, because that's what people say thinking, like when you bring it to that point to narrowly think or to narrowly execute or solve a solution. But here, a human being is broad. Their thinking capacity is broad, though, according to technology and whatever is coming, people term themselves as dull and expect computers to think for them, which is not the thing here. I still believe humans think better than machines if they are concentrated. Even an average human, you don't need to be smart to think. So, if we could ever have a computer that could think, to me, I think that's all about science fiction. So, though Nick Bostrom's argument of rapid growth of computerization, we have all seen this, though it is more in science fictions and movies where robots gain consciousness and want to destroy the people who created them or who programmed them. I don't think, okay, in real life, it's still on faith and hope. Like maybe one day it would happen, but even if it does so, I think we still have a long way to go and need a lot of resources to make it come to that or to become successful on that. So, personally, if it could happen, yes, it could be a miracle for a robot to think. And even if it could happen, it is dangerous. It would be very dangerous, according to me, for a computer to gain all the consciousness because to an extent they don't know how to control themselves. Remember, they are just built or programmed. So, if anything you made, just like the way if a parent gave birth to a child and a child, by all means, okay, I'm going to base it on an African setting, the child supposed to remain the child to the parent forever. Like that is how it is, regardless of whether how grown the child is. So if a child ever outgrows the parent, not talking about size, height, and weight and mention it, I mean in due respect, like that is how it's supposed to be. So if a computer is given all the energy to become super intelligent, to surpass human intelligence, then I don't think we would be ready or have to take up such a responsibility or even to live with it. It will be very difficult ethically. So yeah, that is my view. So in conclusion, with to some extent, which is a smaller extent to me, computers cannot think and they would take long to think, like real thinking, if you take thinking for what it is supposed to be. And for my project here, the virtual event touring AI project, genuinely, it would never think, even if we had to embody robotics, they still lack that interpersonal, intrapersonal intelligence. They can't interact with people. They may not know or feel empathetic or even enjoy. Because how could a machine enjoy, let's say, on an event? Or how could the machine have a feeling of how socialism works? So that's what I think. And thank you for listening to me. It has been a great pleasure. Thank you.